Hello, and welcome to a quick video by your boy Majid again, aka Mess. We got the hair going. Hopefully, a little bit of a better microphone experience today. Alright, what we got today is UFC Freedom 250, and as you can see, we got the main guys on this one's are Topuria and O'Malley. Believe it or not. I just wanted to have a quick look at the card and let me remove myself to a different spot. I had to have a quick look at the card and just do quick picks right now while we're at it. First, we got Lopez versus Garcia. Don't know who Garcia is, but I think Lopez got that. There's no way Lopez is coming back from Volkanovski. I don't know why he's fighting so soon, but um, they'll leave that alone. Nicol versus Darkus. I thought that photo of Bo Nickel is completely weird. All right, Bo Nickel versus Dorcas. They both butchered by AI, but at least it got Topuria and the big boys right. Okay, so Carl Dawkins, he got a brother in the UFC, and he's somewhat of a striker, I think. I got Nickel on that one. Then we got Roofy, which in this case is Buffy versus Chandler. So I got Chandler right. Roofy is definitely not correct. But yeah, we got we got Roofy versus Chandler. Got Roofy on that one. Chandler has been almost a punch bag for everybody at the moment. So who knows what's gonna happen with that one. Hopefully he shows up and oh hopefully he shows up and prove me wrong. But regardless, I think Roofy got that. Then we got Sean O'Malley. How you gonna get him so right in the background and just mess him up so bad over on the over on the right hand side? It looked like Carrot Top. Like that's not even his hair, but leave it alone. So anyhow, so we got O'Malley versus Ayman Zahavi, not Zandai. I don't know who the Zandai is, but I think he's fighting Ayman Zahavi. Ayman Zahavi is Firas Zahavi's younger brother, or maybe older, younger brother, I think. Firas Zahabi's younger brother. Firas Zahavi is the technically teammate and later in his career coach for the awesome George St. Pierre, which is obviously one of MMA greats, and he's a tactician like no other. People that are fighting under him now, they used to be under the England cartel, which it's not going so well for him, which is Rob Font, and the other guy, I can't remember his name right now, but he's a really good boxer and he's a really good competitor, and he's unfortunately they both be going for a skid. Rob Font just lost to Chuiwi. That kid, yeah, he's a really good grappler, but he had no answer, and he came with like a very. He didn't look like how he usually fights, which probably part of his strategy, but didn't work out. Um, the co-main event, we got Pereira versus Gan. This is gonna be in like June, so I think this is gonna change a lot. We got Pereira versus Gan, and that, I mean, I mean, if you look at it, you see Pereira and everything that he's done. He's amazing. There's no if buts and maybes about it. Uh, Gun, like aside from that John Jones fight, like when does he look? When does he look all that bad? Yeah, he lost to Ngannou, he lost to John Jones. I can't remember who else he lost to. In that division, everybody complained that he's not able to basically get the belt, but he's just outstanding as he comes, and I think that's gonna be a way harder fight, which is I think is the theme of that fight card is that Gan is probably gonna end up getting the win on Pereira, and the reason I would say that is not just the size, because Pereira frame kind of fills up, and his experience will probably bridge that gap. It's I don't know if you remember when Izzy wanted to fight John Jones, which looking at it now would have been a bad move at the time. but John Jones basically didn't want nothing to do with it. But also it was that Izzy's fighting style, which is elite stand up, possibly can stand to a bigger person. They'll be technically faster. They'll be whatever it is, but where Pereira shines is where Gan shines. Cyril Gan is also a he showed us a bit of his grappling. He showed a bit of his timing. He showed his defense. He's able to deal with a lot of these people. Plus, he's bigger. What he's bigger, which probably gonna mean nothing against Piero because he'll probably starch wherever he touches. But him being bigger kind of leads you to think that he can absorb these fights, and he can absorb the punishment, and hopefully he would. But I think I got my money on Gun. So far we got Lopez, Nickel, Rufy, O'Malley, and Gun. So it looks like we stuck to the left side to the top. It would be awesome if Pereira can pulls it off, but we do. Um, Maybe he's good at light heavyweight. Who knows? But I got it wrong. Like just the most recent fight with with my boy Max and Charles Oliveira. So what the heck do I know? Yeah, and that was a very surprising fight to me. I thought literally that Max would have an answer to Charles Oliveira, but then if you watch Charles Oliveira, he sort of tasted that style of fighting from Islam and from Arman Sarukian, and he's basically uh, just put it just put it in the cards, and he was too big, too powerful, too fast. Well, not too fast, but he was faster than and Max, and he never allowed Max to start. And every time he got to him, it was not a matter of you defend, you do this, you do that. It was literally pick him up, put him on the floor, and just methodically and slowly go through it. And he's very well known for his family ties and how he would not actually allow himself to get beaten in front of family or something like that. And it was the first time his father maybe was at the fight. Maybe it's not his first time, but it was definitely like he had his babies, his wife. So he came with a plan, and he basically was like Charles Makachev up in there, to be honest, or Charles Nurmagomedov at that point. But kudos to him, he won. A lot of people are against that with the BMF thing, but leave that alone. Topuria versus Gaethje. I'm going to be a bit controversial here. I think I'm finally starting to like Topuria because of that conversation he had with Jake Paul on the Aiden Aiden stream. If you didn't see it, go see it. It's clipped everywhere. It's pretty awesome what he was saying and the way he spoke. And it sounded to me like for one time, it's like, all right, cool. You are who you say you are. Uh, I don't know. People are just out here, including UFC fighters, including commentators, including everyone, um is counting Justin Gaethje out. Justin knows full well who's the king of his division is. He knows full well that um like literally what he's dealing with. He knows who the boogeyman is. He knows what he's up against. He's up against like a complete fighter. And to think he hasn't faced complete fighters before, what would Ilia's strategy be against him? I know Justin has a great team behind him. They have that massive nerd, which I say nerd lovingly because I'm a huge fan of Corey Sandhagen. He's part of that team now. They have Trevor Whitman. I don't know whose team Topuria is under. I don't know who his coaches are, but I know that he's going against people that know how to put a game plan together. They know how to bring the fights basically. So Topuria versus Gaethje for the lightweight unification, which I think I think Gaethje has a better chance than people think, and I think the fact that this is gonna be Topuria's first fight back. Um, he hasn't been away that long, to be honest. Like with all of this drama he was going through and everything that you hear about his family and stuff, which hopefully he dealt with that. This is stuff you don't wish on any man, woman, or child, and you have kids and stuff like that. You don't want that kind of energy again. But then again, when you're as successful as him, you get people um that necessarily don't think before they wish bad upon you, and it's worse because then you at some point has been insensitive to other people and treated them the same way. um I don't know if we had that. uh Yeah, I think so far, but I think that card is gonna extend the whole lot. I don't think they can do that much in the White House. But let's make this short and clear. Apologies, I didn't even check the background before I threw it there. So my bad. I just had it created and I left it alone. But Bofi for sure. Zandai is gonna probably have a hard time against Sean O'Malley, but you never know because he just beat Aldo and he beat a bunch of good people. So, anyhow, much love and all of that, and I'll smell you later.